Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy I for the Nintendo Entertainment System, played on the Wii Virtual Console. We're here on the Wind Elemental floor, and we want to head down to the southeast corner of the floor first to get the Mazmune, the most powerful sword in the game. Once we get that, we can make our way back up to the northeast corner, where we'll end up fighting Tiamat, and find the staircase down to the 5th floor where the ultimate evil is. So, let's go here, grab the Mazmune sword. We're going to equip that on Beez. And I made Beez my main attacker because he's going to take less damage being in the second position. He'll be targeted less. So, Bird is acting more as the tank of the party. He'll still be doing good damage with the Excalibur, but just in case something bad happens, you know, and one of them gets knocked out, we'll have our main damage dealer able to, you know, still be on his feet. So, because if anybody's likely to get knocked out, it would be Boat, because he's in the front position. Remember, he takes the most physical attacks, he takes the most targets, so... So we have another new enemy here, the Wizard Vampire there. He's the one in the red cloak. He has his vampire henchman there with him. We could have ran into him in the Sky Castle, but he was kind of a rare encounter. He's pretty common here. The only rare encounter on this floor is the Iron Golem. I do not encounter it here because you know, I'm running low on resources. But when in my bonus episode, when I go through the Temple of Fiends again at level 50, which is the max level, I'll be sure to hunt one down, because my counters are so powerful that, you know, they, well, so much hit points it doesn't, you know, they won't be hurting for resources, so. So unfortunately we can't go straight up there because it's blocked off, so we have to go all the way back over here to the far west, and then we can sneak over to the east through this little narrow passageway, and fight the second Tiamat, so. Not too much of a problem. The main thing is that Bane spell, which can knock you out. But we have protection from that because of our ribbons and, you know, pro rings. So we tried to make sure that our party was as protected as it could be from, you know, instant death attacks. So there's Boat doing some good damage there. Faster, both he and Beez. So yeah, now both of them will be getting fasted for our for the future fights here, so Nick will, after Nick does his fast casting, he'll start pumping up white shirts to help evasion. Not that we'll need too much evasion based on how hard Boat and Beez were hitting Tiamat. Yep, they took her out. And there we go, and we get another level, one last level. If it was a black belt, that would be really good, because 32 is when they get that extra bonus attack. But all characters already got that because they're using weapons. So, all right, and here is the final floor, the 5th basement of the Temple of Fiends. There are no enemies here except for the final boss, who is residing in that center room right there. So let's head on in. And who is it? Looks kind of like a beefed up Garland. Let's just use up the rest of our healing. We've got a boss here, so of course we want to be as powerful as we can, and we're just a few heal potions short, but that's what we have our knights for. They can heal up. Yeah, those healing spells aren't all that useful in battle because they don't heal a lot. So just heal out of battle. Everybody is set and ready to go, and let's take on the boss. Remember me, Garland, your puny lot thought it had defeated me, but the four fiends sent me back 2,000 years into the past. So he is the root cause of all the evil, the one who traveled back. From here I sent the four fiends to the future. The fiends will send me back to here, and the time loop will go on. So it looks like we're going to have to take out Garland to end the time loop. After 2,000 years, I will be forgotten, and the time loop will close. I will live forever, and you shall meet your doom. So Garland only has, he's only programmed to have one piece of speech, so they had to move back, reload into a step behind so he can get that whole big speech off to kind of kick up the plot. So, apparently the lore is that, basically as long as the four fiends are alive, they can revive Garland into Chaos, and as long as Chaos is alive, he can revive the four fiends, which is why I guess You could fight the 4 fiends multiple times in the Temple of Fiends here. You can just keep stepping back onto the trap tiles. I guess Chaos is reviving them. So in order to defeat the time loop, we have to defeat not only the 4 fiends, but also Chaos here, so that neither can revive either. So, yeah, because if Chaos defeated us here, we would just revive the 4 fiends and send them into the future, and then repeat the time loop. So I don't think it's like a stable time loop. I kind of described it a little bit in my last playthrough, but it's like you know, we're in timeline A, and then we defeat him. He goes back to timeline B, and then he'll send the 4 fiends to timeline B, and if the party in timeline B beats him, then he just goes back to timeline C, and so he just keeps getting sent back into a different timeline to hopefully end up in a timeline where when the the Light Warriors here go back to defeat him, he wins, and then from then on, that timeline, whatever it is, whether it be C, D, E, F, or whatever, he will rule forever, basically, and be forever, like he said. But because we defeated him in this timeline, timeline B, he's not going to have a chance to send the 4 fiends forward into timeline B to save the Garland, corrupt Garland in timeline B, and send him back when we defeat him. So the time loop is now broken. The 2,000-year-long battle is over. Peace prevails. And that's kind of my theory, because it's based on what's going to be one thing that's said here. So control of the 4 elements: the earth, the wind, the fire, and the water, again, belongs to the earth. Garland's hatred grown for 2,000 years. That hatred led the 4 powers to this world. Yeah, so we just sent them to, ruin the world because he was mad at the world. Chaos was created from those 4 by reviving Garland and sending him back to stew on that anger for 2,000 years. Evil dominated the world and covered it in darkness. I guess that's why there was no more light in the orbs, because the darkness had overtaken it. But it is over now. Wrong has been set right. The Light Warriors are returning. As they travel in time, the world returns to normal. But yeah, they'll be traveling back not to timeline A, but to timeline B. Sarah and Jane wait for them, of course. Garland does too. So yeah, but he'll be good because he won't be corrupted, because he's like basically on a different timeline. But when did it ever happen? Explain, game. Everything went mad in a day. The reason lies in the 2,000-year time loop. Always timey-wimey time travel, as Doctor Who would say. The 4 chose to become one force and fight against the 4 evil forces that set darkness upon the world. That was our heroes. When the 4 return, it will be to their past. All signs of the battle the forces will be erased. Yeah, so that's why we couldn't be returning to basically timeline A, because there's no, timeline A, all the stuff happened, all the battles, people know about them, but these people in timeline B won't, so. But even though they won't know about it, the legend will live on, so. Basically, I guess in a sense, it seems like we basically saved 2 timelines. This is timeline A, where, we defeated the fiends and restored light to the orb, so even though they suffered under the, the destruction of Onrak, destruction of Leafin, Melmond, all those cities, from now on they have a future where they can build, because the forces are back to the Earth. And then timeline B here, where our characters are returning to, because they went back in time to timeline B, the world is at peace because the 4 fiends were never sent forward to corrupt the orbs and deal on that destruction. So, yeah, good old Albert, Beez, Chip, and Nichols saving 2 timelines. Nice. So, and truth will always live on in the hearts of the people. Yeah, so even though, like, the people may not know about the deeds that we did in timeline A, the legends over there will live on, and plus, the main Light Warrior, like I said, is you, the player, or whoever followed along with this playthrough on YouTube with me, so, because you know about the legend too, so. And And I guess since you also know about Albert, Beez, Chip, and Nichols, the brothers from Money Mouse House, the rats. So, and if you would like to know more about them, you should go visit moneymousehouse.com. It's a wonderful website for rat lovers and just animal lovers in general that, you know, introduced me to rats. And they've brought a lot of joy to my life. I've had multiple rats. You can see some of their, you know, like Princess Sarissa, Bird Ernie, with my fill-in photos for Fred and Fibs. A bunch of their stuff is on my YouTube channel here, so met a lot of good friends there, so it's a wonderful community. So yeah, I definitely encourage you to check it out. I also encourage you to have a wonderful, happy holiday season here. Thank you for following along. There will be a bonus episode coming up. We'll once again be going through the Temple of Fiends, but with a maxed out party, similar to how I did with my first playthrough. So stick around for that one, and thanks for following along so far. Have a good day. Bye!